Well, joining us on NDTV tonight is actor Shabana Azmi, who spoke out very strongly on the Padmavati protests, particularly attacking the Rajasthan government for not taking action against those who have made open threats against the filmmakers as well as the actors of the film. Shabana Azmi, thanks for joining us today. At the end of the day, Shabana, look at what has happened. The filmmakers themselves today said that they are voluntarily, quote unquote, postponing the release of the movie. It's actually sad that they've had to do that.
You know, I don't think we should steer away from the main point. The main point is that threats, beheading Deepika Padukone, putting a price to her life, which has now been doubled because now you have the Haryana BJP chief media coordinator saying not only does he applaud the Meerut youth who has said this, but he's also going to increase it to 10 crores. And the state governments are staying not only quiet, they are actually going down and saying, please delay the release of the film for fear of law and order situation. Now government, particularly the UP government that came into power, saying that the first thing they were going to do is going to remove all criminal element from the state. In the very first thing that they have to do, they are saying that they will not be able to control law and order for the release of a movie. But they've been swearing that they're going to cleanse India of terrorism. If they were claiming that they were going to cleanse India of terrorism, how come suddenly their law and order machinery is not capable of seeing a film's release through? So let's stick to the point and let's say that this is a failure of the governments, not because they aren't able to do anything, but it is being done clearly because the film industry is a sitting duck and you are using this film as a way of fomenting trouble, keeping it alive till the elections are done, by which time you hope that you will have gained some electoral gain. There is no other reason why this is happening. It's very important
what you're saying. You're saying that this isn't about governments being helpless. This is very much, you think, a political strategy, one that is being deliberately pushed.
It is crystal clear. It is crystal clear. If governments put their minds to control law and order, they are able to control anything and everything. We know that. And this is an admission of the government itself that had said that we have come into power because we're going to cleanse the system of all criminal element. They themselves are saying, no, please postpone the release of the film.
But
film industry people are not equal citizens of India. One second, Nidhi, let me finish. Film people are not equal citizens of India. If the same thing had been said about any political leader, do you think that the governments would have behaved in exactly the same manner? Would their responses have been the same? We are not equal citizens. We are sitting ducks for you to use in your political game as and when you will.
The question though also is, Shabana Azmi, you called for a boycott, for instance, of the International Film Festival of India that began in Goa today. My question though is, are you a little disappointed that barring a few people like yourself in the film industry across India, there are very few people, very few of the big superstars, and you know who they are, who've actually come out in support of Sanjay Leela Bhansali and Deepika Padukone and Ranveer Singh and said, we will not accept this. Do you think you guys need to come together and just say that we will not accept this?
They have not said it. They have not said it. I'm sorry. No. Why are you jumping the gun? Nobody has said, no, we are not going to boycott the festival. Why are you presuming that they will?
No, I'm not. I'm saying
nobody has said
it. Do you think the film industry needs to speak
tomorrow.
Up? I'm only asking that, do you think the film industry needs to speak up and the big shots need to speak up against this kind of harassment, against this kind of open criminal incitement?
But we all know that when people are in vulnerable situations, in any profession, not only in the film industry, also in journalism, you and I know that, people try to have other way of solving disputes, right? This is what they try and do. It is a failure of the system that people have to take recourse to people bullying them into submission. It is a clear case of this erupting. The threat is that this will erupt into a law and order situation. The government should be able to firmly deal with it. Now, what I find very curious is suddenly Viacom is saying we are voluntarily delaying the release of the film, but they weren't going to be able to do that in any case, because when they sent the film to the CBFC, they were told that there was some technical hitch, some formality that had not been fulfilled, because of which the film was sent back to them. After which suddenly a rule applies which says that a film needs to give a window of 60 odd days before the application for the film and the first screening that can be held. So in any case, for the next 62 days, the film couldn't have been released. The film could not have been released on the 1st of December in any case, because without a certificate, it cannot be released. So ये किस तरह का compromise है, ये तो मेरी समझ में आ ही नहीं रहा है. मगर clearly, there have been films without number which have been placed for classification 3 days before the release, and very happily they have been classified. Well, so this is a political game with an eye that the elections will be complete by then, all political mileage will have been gained, and then let the film get released.
Right. Well, Shabana Azmi, as usual, you don't mince your words. You're very clear in what you think this entire controversy is about and why you believe the film industry is also not speaking out much more forcefully on this. You believe it's the system that has failed them and bullied them into submission. Thanks very much for joining us tonight on the program. Thank you.